3-1 to Jamie Anderson, first to 8, and coverage begins now to see in this final. A bit of deja vu, as both Peter Stevens and Jamie Anderson were in the last final in the Welsh Open, which Jamie Anderson was the victor, and we now see them both competing for the spoils in this World Championship 6 Red, which is a different discipline. In some ways, it's a little bit more exciting, a little bit more challenging, as it's from the break off. It's possible basically to finish the game off, so it can be quite quick, and the end game is comes more into play. So it does need a slightly different, more technical discipline. And it looks as though at the moment that Jamie Anderson is the one that has kind of grasped that, and obviously wants to win his 5th title. And Peter Stevens, number 1, we'll have to see what his kind of psychology is at the moment. Does he want to win this tournament, which is the tournament with the least prize money in the OSC rankings, with 60,000 to the winner. 60,000 is good, and it will take Jamie Anderson, if he can win this match and this title, over the limit of Moller or Iger Radnor, MTR, and potentially take him to number 2 seed. So I, for one, am looking forward to see how this plays out. And Jamie Anderson, 19 points in front and on the table. From the outset, it seems as though Jamie has the momentum at the moment and is playing quite well. Obviously, he's 2 frames up. And I suppose the question will be, is Stevens deal with this? Does he have the capacity, the mental strength, the will to dig deep and think about what's happening on the table at the moment and come up with some solutions to this good start by Jamie, who's potting nicely? He's obviously enjoying this kind of format. The balls are mainly open. As soon as you break off, the balls are open, and there's no real kind of intense safety battle at the beginning. Obviously, safety will come into play, but safety should come into play. And Jamie Anderson wins the 5th frame. So my reckoning, it's so that's 4-1 to Jamie Anderson. He needs 4 more frames. Still a little bit to go, but you have to accept that 3-frame advantage already kind of tells its own story. It's there by Jamie, so a chance here for Peter, although been quite lucky there, Jamie. Nothing on easy there. I don't think anything's on really. He's got a cut into the bottom left-hand pocket, but it's a bit risky. And the way the game is at the moment, it'll be wise for Peter just to wait a while. No, he's not. He's gone for it. So we seem to have a gung-ho type match on our hands. And that's turned out okay for Peter there. He's lucky that he didn't leave anything on and allowed Jamie to continue with the momentum he has at the moment. So safety there by Jamie. 60,000 to the winner. It's a good amount. I don't think it's more to do with the money. It's more about the prestige of winning, and if Jamie can win, or Peter wins this title, it will add to their already mounting list. Both have won multiple titles this season and have established themselves as the main, or one of the main players, or both of the main players, however you want to call it, in this season, the protagonist, so to speak, in this season. 4 players are worth more than $1 million, and Jamie and Peter are almost definitely one of them. And like I said, I think even without winning this match, Jamie Anderson will become number 2 seed. So this kind of represents the 2 best players in the OSC world at the moment. And Jamie Anderson certainly is enjoying this final, has certainly settled in more. He's on a 12 break now, and he has the ball beautifully on the table. And the more Peter finds himself with a gap of 4 frames, and potentially he might get to a point where he doesn't have the ability to come back. It can hit you mentally if you have a big gap. The frames run quite quickly, so it all depends now on Peter Stevens, how he can find a way to stop Jamie Anderson, because he's certainly flowing 4-1 in frames, and Peter maybe needs to just readjust his strategy, because, you know, obviously he's not number 1. He's number 1 for a reason. He has the capacity, he has the technical skill, and has shown that he's been the best player in OSC over the last 12 months. You just look at his ranking. So it really just depends on understanding what Peter's psychology is. So Peter needs a snooker now. And Peter's left the game. So that tells you something. Peter's conceded. He didn't even want to try for the snooker. And I just hope that this is not Peter just going through the motions. That would be very disappointing. And not something that the OSC community would appreciate. So he's not even tried for a snooker. That really that is something that I'm kind of puzzled by why he wouldn't try for the snooker. So 5-1 for Jamie Anderson. Now Peter's got a chance here. Can he make at least a break? I mean, he's got the table here. I mean, it's not a perfect position, but he has a chance to make a break and get some kind of advantage in this frame at least, and make Jamie work. Make Jamie have to do something. He's not really got a red on here. So Peter's doesn't seem to be at his best. So he's on for a colour and he's missed it. So he may be frustrated. It has been known for Peter to kind of, what's the word I can say? He's sometimes his mental capacity or his kind of mental strength might go walking somewhere. And I know for sure he definitely doesn't like to get beat. There has been times when he has been involved in certain discussions that have, well, it's a nice flute there. So a little bit of luck for Peter. Went for the safety there, but he's got it. I was just saying that Peter has kind of been known to be quite upset and open or vocal about certain matches, and he has been known to leave matches. He did leave the match against Raphael Hagen when it was 4-2. It was a 1st-to-5 match. I can't actually remember exactly which tournament it was, but it was pretty recent. And at 4-2, he left the game. He just conceded the game. So Peter has history in terms of reneging on his opportunity to finish a match or complete a match. So it really just depends on his psychology, as I've said. So this frame, he's been given quite a lot of time on the table. So can he capitalize on that? And snooker's snooker. It can always change. Red into the middle here. Here's the brown or the pink. So this should be quite straightforward here for Peter, and get a frame in. I think his first frame in 3 frames, or possibly 4. We didn't join it till the 5th frame. I'm not too sure. I don't have the details about the earlier frames as we were setting up here, but this should now be 5-2 if all things go naturally. Well, that's it. Well, that's basically it. Well, Jamie needs 1 snooker. Well, sorry, he needs 2 snookers, and that's it. So Peter's got the frame, so that's 5-2. So we've got a bit of a game on here, hopefully. It'll be interesting to see what happens in frame 8. Little flute there by Peter, I think. So there's going to be a 2-minute break. Jamie Anderson has requested that. So it's going to be 5-2. So So both players agree they just want a bit of a breather to move into the second session, or the second part of the game. So Peter wins this frame, and are they going to finish the frame? The frame is still on. So Peter Stevens wins the frame, 5-2. So just a quick, short break. We'll be back very shortly. We're back. The frame is frame 8 has begun. This is the 6 Red World Championship between Peter Stevens and Jamie Anderson. And there you see from the break-off, the balls tend to be open, or at least one or two are. There's no kind of sense of a safety battle like there is in 15 ball. You really do have to be careful about what your safety is, or what your shot is from the break-off, the first shots from that break-off, because as you can see, Jamie has already potted a ball and he's on a break, and potentially the balls are nicely spread, and the frame can be finished pretty quickly. And this is it seems to be the problem that Peter's got. He's not really maybe thought about that, although he did have he has played obviously the previous rounds, so he should be used to the game now. But perhaps Jamie has right. Perhaps Jamie has the the best research or best experience, or just best on the night, possibly. Who knows? But you would have expected a more closer match at the moment, and he's missed that shot. So Peter has a chance here. Jamie didn't take advantage of that opportunity. 19 points behind now, Peter. Okay, hopefully I'm back now. There was a technical issue. I think that should be right now. I think you can hear me, and oh, you may have been watching the game. The score is 5-3 to Jamie Anderson. Peter Anderson has won the final, the last two frames. Yes, it seems we're back on track now. 28 points to Peter, to Jamie's 12. So seems a bit of a fight on now by Peter. Doesn't want to be embarrassed at the least. 5-3 in the 6th Red World Championship. Peter in a snooker here. This is where it starts to make a difference. This is when the pressure starts to build. Jamie needs 3 more frames, which is not that many in this format. But then again, it's still not enough for Peter to give up. And I'm sure there's part of Peter, no matter what his situation is at the present time, still wouldn't want to bow out without some kind of fight. Or I'm sure he has quite a bit of pride, and he seems to be showing that now. Last 2 frames he's won, and for Jamie, he'll be pretty confident. He's played well so far. Both players have the chance to reset their kind of strategy and their mental set. So it's a safety battle on at the moment in this 9th frame. 6 points to difference, so all to play for. This could be a very important frame as Peter misses that snooker and fortunately goes into the middle. This is not an easy shot for Jamie. It's possible though. Yes, he's got it, and he's got a nice position on the brown. So providing he can continue his good play, he will be able to take this 9th frame, and it could be 6-3, which is getting ever closer to the winning line. But Peter shouldn't be disheartened. So the pink there takes the frame. 6-3 to Jamie Anderson, who wins his first frame in 3. That'll be a comfort to him, and Peter will just have that little bit of more added pressure. So frame 9 goes to Jamie Anderson. As we move into frame 10, Jamie Anderson to break. And this break is very important in 6 red snooker. As you can see there, Jamie's just clipped the reds. He's just left it in a cluster, so there's nothing on. But I think there is a red on, but it's not easy. You have to really make that break quite a thoughtful shot. It should be a shot you take some time on, because your opponent potentially could make a significant break and give them an advantage straight away. And Jamie Anderson missed that middle. So Pete has a chance here. Ball's nicely spread. He has the skill. He has the skill set to deal with that cluster near the pink, but he's gone a bit close to the cushion for the colour. This is not an easy shot. But I think maybe he was hoping to go into that little cluster, slightly clip it, but maybe judged that slightly wrong or didn't realise that he wouldn't hit it. So he's playing safe here. And where's that white going? Oh, just near the top right hand pocket. So that's okay. A safety shot here by JMA, maybe a shot to nothing. He can try and pot the red, but play safe. No, he's... Excuse me. Apologies there for the sneeze. A safety shot by Jamie towards the black cushion, but that wasn't good enough. He didn't get the white close enough to the left cushion, and Peter's been able to pot a nice long red, which he should get some approbation for. Nice pot on the green. There's a cut into the bottom middle or the bottom left. Yes, that's the one. I realized that was probably the best option. Now, what's he going to do? How's he going to get a red here? He's maybe going to try and put some top on this and move into the cluster, but I don't think that will work. He didn't have the angle for that, so he's going to have to play safe here. There's no pot on the red unless he tries for the top right hand pocket. This will be very risky if he tries this. He's 17 points in front, but if he missed that potential pot, it could have left Jamie with a clearance. So very wise by Peter to play safe. Oh, foul there by Jamie. That was hit quite hard. Presuming trying to get into the bolt, but if the white never or didn't go into that top left-hand pocket, the white would have come back into around the blue area. So judgment there by JMA. This long red, which Peter completes with a plum. He's got the black now. You're going to have to try and move into the reds here, or you could just play safe after this black. He's got enough points on the table, and that's a brilliant shot. That's the shot to make. Pot on the black, off the cushion, into the pack, or into that little small cluster. And he's got a middle red here. And the pink. So it looks as though Peter has this frame. Just pausing for a moment. I don't know what he's not aiming for anything there. Must be just paused. I don't know what is happening. Oh, my apologies. It's probably my fault. Yeah, I've just need to make an adjustment here. I have to refresh. I do apologize about that, but I'm presuming that Peter will have completed that frame, or the frame will be coming to its conclusion. I have to keep an eye on this setup here. On the Flash Snooker, you have to kind of register yourself over a period of time, otherwise it will log you out. So that's the reason why that has happened. And it's still on frame 10, it seems. Jamie needs a snooker. Jamie's on the table. Oh no, he's got the blue, so he's back on track now. 24 points behind, 27 on the table. One for the snooker there, and depending on where he's not got it. Nice snooker there by Peter. It's a great shot. Piles a bit more pressure onto Jamie, and Jamie's just got to be careful. Both players have to be careful not to leave that yellow exposed. Great shot by Peter. That's what he was looking for. That's what the snooker was for, to put pressure on Jamie. And Jamie couldn't leave it as safe as he would want, and Peter took advantage and grasped on that, and now has completed the frame. So it's going to be 6-4. It's getting slightly interesting now. Peter Stevens needs 4 frames. Jamie Anderson needs 2 frames for the title of World 6-Red Champion 2017. And there you go. That's confirmation. Peter Stevens wins frame 10. So we're on frame 11. It's all going quite quickly. Slightly like pool, I suppose. This setup kind of has a pool element to it where the frames run quite quickly. So Peter to break. So how will he break off? This will be as the winning line gets closer and closer. And a very slight clear. That's a great shot by Peter. A very thin clip on the reds. So it's virtually the same, barring the yellow off its spot. And Jamie has to recreate that if he can. Not as much, but hopefully he has. No, he hasn't. I was going to say has some barrier between that loose red. So Peter now has a chance on the red at the bottom of your picture. And puts it nicely, has the black, so Peter has the table. Peter has the first option, the first chance, the first taste of what he can do. He has the control. Jamie has to sit to the side with his various accompaniments of what he likes to have during a match. And Peter has slightly gone awry there. He's going for the slightly more difficult red, and he's fouled. It's very surprising he went for that red. And Jamie's put him back in. There's nothing left on, so slightly fortunate there, Peter. But he went for the more difficult red, I thought. He could have gone for the red next to the red he went for into the middle. Peter obviously was thinking about position. And a shot to nothing there by Peter, trying the red, but making sure that the white goes safe, which it has. That's a good shot. And Peter's shot in terms of appropriate shot rate has moved high. He's Not making as many mistakes now, it seems. And Jamie's also has a good rating in that sense, and you can tell the pace of the match has slightly slowed a bit. Both players are anxious not to leave the other one open because that can happen. At any point. There's only 4 reds on the table, so there has to be an element of safety now. Good shot there by Jamie. Down the top left-hand cushion. Pots the yellow. Maybe it's slightly he still has that red on the bottom left-hand cushion. But must be doubly careful. It's missable. And he played it quite hard, and that's quite a nice shot there. Quite an impressive shot. Didn't seem to fluster him. Screwed back on the black here. Now he's gone forward. Just a different way of doing it. And look at that. Beautiful. Exhibition stuff by Jamie. Screwed back now for the black. Maybe overdone it a bit there. If the pink doesn't go, I can't really tell from here. It doesn't. So, will he take the green or will he play a snooker? He's played a snooker. So, good play by Jamie there. Putting the pressure on Peter Stevens. Good shot by Peter. Has he left it? He has, but it's not an easy shot. It's still a bit of an angle there for Jamie, but he can play his shot to nothing. And he's missed it, and he's been fortunate to get a snooker on the green there. I don't think that, yes, he's admitted he's put his hand up. And Peter will be a bit miffed by that, I'm sure. But he's just got to keep his composure, not let that bother him. Hits the red. Will it go safe? No, it hasn't gone safe. So Jamie has a chance. A bit of luck there for Jamie. And it's ended up with him with another opportunity to finish off the frame. 17 points to 8 now. Nine points in it. Is he going to play the snooker or the pot? He's got the pink, so adding point. Oh, he's missed the pink. So clip there on the cushion. So Pete has a opportunity here. It's a tight angle. Gets it though. Yeah, the latter stages now of this 6 Red World Championship between Peter Stevens, the #1 seed, and the provisional #2 seed, Jamie Anderson. And Peter Stevens has again put the white into the left hand pocket. Very, very unlucky, but in a way, it's slightly, what's the word? Slightly careless. And now Jamie is going to possibly, well, I would say almost 99% going to be in a strong position here now. I'm not sure he can pot the pink. So Peter, oh yes, he's got it. So just a little tap on the pink here, and the frame is Jamie. So one more frame for Jamie to go. Tries a nice little double there, but the frame goes to Jamie Anderson. 7 frames to 4. So frame 4, frame 11. frame 12, sorry, in this 6th Red World Championship 2017 final between Peter Stevens and Jamie Anderson. Kind of a battle of the Titans, so to speak, at this present time. Both have had a tremendous season so far and have multiple titles to their name. And Peter has no option now, but he has to win every frame. He has to dig deep and bring out any kind of snooker experience he has. Jamie will be in a quite comfortable position here. He has three frames to play with. Peter really can't afford to lose any concentration and has to be careful with every shot. So it's a big ask for Peter Stevens. Jamie Anderson is definitely the strong favourite for this match. And it's just a matter of what Peter can bring here. He's got to play it frame by frame, point ball by ball. He's got a difficult red here. He's got to make sure that he has some position. There's a possibility it could hit the reds, and it does. And he gets the pot. Brilliant shot. Has the black now. Doesn't need to do anything with it, just a slight tap, and he's got the red into the middle. Or he could try and play for position like he has, and it's not really turned out. I think just a tap on the black would have been the best choice. He's got a red into the middle, it seems. Red near the pink. That's nice. And now has the pink. The white will cannon into the red, so he doesn't really need to worry about position here. Nice. So, 24 break. Balls are beautifully placed. And these frames are going very swiftly. This frame could potentially be just under 10 minutes, or if that, maybe closer to 5 minutes, give or take a minute. Didn't get the best position on the black, and had to go for the blue, but got the blue, and that's what he needs to do. And he's missed that red, so the frame is not over yet. There's 35 points on the table, and Jamie Anderson has the red into the top right, has the black, so it's going to be down to the colours. This is the task Peter has. He made a significant break in terms of 6 red snooker, but he just didn't get that final ball or points, those final 2 balls he needed, excuse me, in order to end the frame. And now Jamie's on a break, and if he can pot these 4 balls, the title is his. This would be great, a great finish by Jamie if he can do this. So brown into the top right, has the blue, just needs to push it a little bit of top. Pink into the middle. Not gone as far as he would have liked, so this either is a double. You can afford to do the double if he wants. He's got frames in hand. No, he's gone for the pot on the pink on the middle, and he's missed it. Phew, this is getting a bit tense. Peter will be very glad he's back on the table. Potentially he wasn't, and in a way you could say that Jamie felt a bit of the pressure there. That was a straightforward clearance on the colours, and Peter there slightly overdid it on the pink, and Jamie has an option for a shot to nothing here. No, he's tried to snoot. He's tried to play the safe. Option here for Peter to play a snooker, but he has to make it right. Has to get the angle just right, not too much of an angle, pretty straight on the pink to send it back down the baulk. And actually, I don't think he potentially has it. No, because it's a double kiss. He wanted to try and get the white behind the black, and Jamie can do this now. Jamie has an option to get it behind the black, which he has. That's a great shot. And now he's seeing the end of this match. 8 points the difference. So actually, Jamie needs both pink and black. And that's a great shot by Peter to get out of that snooker. But obviously, he has left the pink exposed, and Jamie has to put a lot of top on this to get down for the black. And he's gone for the middle. What a great shot. And where's the white going? It's a brilliant position on the black, and almost certainly now Jamie Anderson will win the 6th red. He has the black for the title. He's got it. Brilliant clearance from Jamie Anderson. Unlucky there by Peter Stevens. Jamie Anderson is the 6th red world champion, winning 8 frames to 4. And you would have to say that Peter slightly underplayed tonight, or was taken back by the great start by Jamie Anderson. And he won a few frames to get back into it and make the difference to, I think, 3 frames. But Jamie Anderson was always on top of it, always playing at his best, and he's definitely on form, Jamie Anderson, winning the Welsh Open and now his Red Bull Championship to his belt. Congratulations obviously needs to go to Jamie Anderson, and he's now the number 2 seed, moving potentially closing in on Peter Stevens' number 1 world ranking. He will have to win a couple of more tournaments to get to that stage, but there is a lot of money open for the World Championship, which will be coming up in just over a month. And there's a few 100,000 to go for the English Open and the International Masters. But the story of tonight is Jamie Anderson is the 6th red world champion, beating number 1 ranked player Peter Stevens by 8 frames to 4 in what was a interesting match. Didn't go to the wire. Jamie was a bit too strong for Peter, especially in this discipline. I think Peter may found it hard to adjust or acclimatize to Jamie's game, as there was little room for a chance to get back if you made a mistake. You can't make too many mistakes in 6 red snooker. And on the last frame, Peter Stevens made a good break, 24 break in that area, but just couldn't or didn't pot the final colour and red in order to make the game safe. And Jamie Anderson then, with 35 left on the table and being 30 points behind, made a nice break to get back in this frame. He missed the pink when there was a pink and black left on the middle cushion, which, you could say he should have cleared up, but at this stage of the game, it can be understandable. And a few exchanges on the pink left Jamie with a nice cut into the middle pocket and a great position on the black. In fact, if you think about it, that pink was a representation of tonight's match. Beautiful position, pot, and basically no mistakes. Top class snooker, and Jamie Anderson deserves the match at the end and the title and the £60,000. £60,000 in Jamie's bank. 30,000 for Peter Stevens, which adds to his which seemingly unsurmountable amount. But the night belongs to Jamie Anderson from Preston in the north of England. Congratulations to Jamie, commiserations to Peter Stevens, but it's probably worth saying that in the next title, which begins tomorrow, the English Open, and in fact, I'm going to make the draw in roughly about 15 minutes. So I'm going to keep this stream open, and I'm just going to make a few adjustments. But congratulations to Jamie Anderson for winning the title. Commiserations to Peter. And now we'll move on to the next event, which is the English Open. And I will be making the draw very shortly for that championship. So you can get a coffee if you want to watch the draw, but I will be back in roughly about 15 minutes time. Saying just after 8:30, I will make the draw for the English Open. Thanks for watching. If you're ending your visuals on this stream, but I'll be back very shortly. So I'm just going to be going now and making my way to the draw for the English Open. I will be honest here, I've not looked to see who has joined the tournament. I know there are a few players there, but potentially I just need to check who has joined. So I don't really know what type of draw it will be at the moment. But this is live, a live stream from the end of the Six Red World Championship, and I'm going to be making the draw in this stream. And I'm just going to keep the mic open here as I go about that. I'm just making my way to the site, and the English Open is the part of the Players Tour Championship, first of four. So firstly, I'm just going to adjust the confirmation of the Six Red Bull Championship. And go to the final. Eight frames to 4 for Jamie Anderson in what was an enjoyable game. And I don't think you can see it, but I'm looking at the aftermath of that, and Jamie and Peter having a kind of animated conversation about the match, which is always the case usually with Peter when he gets beat. There's always some kind of reason why he gets beat, and but in my view, from watching it from frame 5 onwards, Jamie Anderson did enough to deserve that win. Peter just wasn't on the case, unfortunately, for a number of shots, especially that last frame. He had a chance to complete that frame and move on to the next one, but he didn't, and seems to be a colourful conversation going on with both finalists. Confirmation there that Jamie is the champion and wins his 5th title. So that there is confirmed. I need to go back to here and concentrate now on the English Open. So let's go to the entrance. Okay, so let's see. Wow. Okay. 9. So we have Mike Mora, Rafa Elhagen, Chris Stedman, Carlos Maravilla, Alan Lockett, Peter Stevens, Jamie Anderson, Preben Sund, and Christian Eisenhut. So 9 players. Okay. So I just need to add those players now. The draw should be roughly in about 5 minutes, hopefully. Rafat, Mike Mora, Chris Stedman, Preben Sund. So they're the 9 players. Alan Lockett, Christian Eisenhut, Carlos Maravilla, Chris Stedman, Jamie Anderson, Mike Mora, Preben Sund, Peter Stevens, and Raphael Hagen. All the usual suspects. Let me just see if this who is not joined. That maybe usually does, but we usually get 8 and 9 anyway. So just see Iger's not joined, Russell's not joined, Marie's not joined, and Erman's not joined. And let's see who put interested. Jose Guzman put interested, but he's not confirmed as a member yet, so I don't know who that is. That's someone I'll have to speak to at some point. So I just need to work out here how to deal with this. 9 players. So what I'm going to do is the first 7. My thinking here is the first 7 players in the quarterfinal, and the 8th and 9th player will play. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do the quarterfinal, as the quarterfinal is, and the remaining player. I will then have to make a draw to see who he plays. Yes, the final 2 players that are left. Now, this is something I have to slightly think about for a moment, so just bear with me. I will put a little bit of music on while I just think about this and pontificate on it.
Minding my own business, in my own little world, in my own little world, drumming on the table, drumming on the table. Watching all the people dance is fun, watching all the people dance is fun, watching all the people dance is fun, watching all the people dance is fun. I might have a go myself later, I might have a go later, I might have a go myself later, I might go later, I might have a go myself later. Tonight, these are good artists on here tonight. Good artists, good boys and girls. Swilling on my lager, swill around a bit of lager. Move on to the gin. Now I'm going to sit. Watching all the people dance, it's fun, yeah. Watching all the people dance, it's fun, yeah. Everybody here's so gentle, everyone's gentle. Everybody here's so gentle, everybody here's so gentle. Of a dancer, but when I do, I go big in a way, my way. Yeah, I'm not a dancer, but when I do,
And I'm just working out how we're going to do the draw. So I'm just going to check something here. The draw is not being made here at the moment. I'm just going to press random, but this is for round one. What I might have to do is what I might have to do here is add some buy players. I just want to see if this works, because this would be much easier for me rather than getting out the. I am looking at the messages on Facebook to see what you're saying. So Jamie's, let me just see. Yeah. Okay. Just put the conversation on the stream. Jamie, you're making a lot of, which I really appreciate. Yeah, this could be the way to do it. What my concern is whether I can do this is how I do it, the process in how I do it. I would like to try and do it on League Republic. So I'm just making sure what you're actually suggesting here. So let me just clarify what you've said. Okay, one preliminary draw, 1 in 4. 1 to 4 in home brackets, then 5 to 8 away brackets. 5. One plays 9 in prelim. Right. Well, but are you watching the stream, Jamie? Right, okay, great. So I must admit I'm slightly confused by what you're suggesting. So just give me a minute to understand what you're saying. I kind of get what you're saying. Obviously, the suggestion is that 2 players from the 9 will have to play off in round 1 in order to get to the quarterfinals. Now, I'm just working out what the process is in what I'm doing. I'm hoping to see if it's possible to do that on the League Republic. So let me just suggest this and see if it's the same as what you're saying. What I'm thinking of now is because if you can see here, it's been set up for round 1, which is 16 players, and we have 9 players. So I'm thinking that I will add 7 bye players to this draw, and I may be able to make it that the 9 players won't be drawn against each other. Sorry, Mm. I'm going to have to. There's 9 players. Yeah, but you can though direct. Let me just check and see if it works. You can direct before it makes the draw. You can sort of specify who will play who, or how the draw will be made. You can like separate the players so certain players will be drawn or won't be drawn against certain people. I'm just seeing if that works. So is that 7? Yeah, that's 7. Oh, too many buys. You may get a buy if you buy those numbers in my list are not players. That is the format. You can draw a player 8 in the 1 place, then 6 goes into place 2. You can draw a player 8 in the 1 place, and 6 goes to place 2. I must admit I don't understand what you're saying. Perhaps you know, I've not been up that long, so you're going to have to try and explain it again because I'm not getting what you're saying. This thing about home and away or whatever. You know, forgive me for being a bit dumb at the moment if I'm not getting what you're saying, mate. But so what was that link you sent me? Okay, let me see that. See what that link is. Number generator. Okay, so what do you want me to do from here? You can draw a player 8 in 1 place. So we need to identify who. Give all players a number. Okay. Bear with me. I'm just opening up a sheet where I can give players the number. Just bear with me if you can. I'm not looking at what you said recently, so just give me a minute. I'll do that in a second. So it's 439. 340. 439. 340. Okay, so give our players a number. First player you draw out goes. When you say first player you draw out, how am I supposed to do that? You mean through the roulette wheel? Second you draw goes into position 2, third and fourth place on the table. You have 4 home players, and do the same with the away positions on table 5. On the table 5 to 8, and so you're suggesting I use the roulette wheel to do that then? Yes. That's the only way I can see I can do that. What's the number generator though? Okay, you draw a number on the random generators. So I just start from what, alphabetical order from the player and give them a number, yeah? Oh dear. Okay, let me just get rid of these buy players then. Fuck's sake. Just getting rid of these buy players here. I'll just have a quick look at your message in a minute, Jamie. So I just need to add myself. I took myself. So select. Assign entrance. So let me just alphabetical order. So let me just copy that in. Huh? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do it manually. CEHCMV. Sorry, I've not looked at your message. I just need to just get these down, and then we can go from there. JMA. RS. MKM PBS. PBS. PSV R8 RFA PS. RFA. Okay, right. So them a number, and when it comes out, they got a spot for the first spot. You give them a number. So say, so should it start from the top, ALK, and then give number? So if you're still watching, so we have the players listed alphabetically here. So should I give a number through the random so the first one is A. So give them a number from 1 to 9. Oh, right, you set it up from 1 to 9. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the number then for Alan Lockett. So I'm going to press that, and I get 8. So Alan gets 8. Right now, should I do that for all of them, or should I put ALK at a particular position? So ALK has got 8. So what happens now? Right, give them all numbers. Great. So the next one on the list is Christian. So Christian, this is for Christian Eisenhut. I'll generate a number for Christian Eisenhut now. And Christian gets 3. If a player gets the same number, Jamie, what if I do CMV and he gets 8? Do it? Okay. So I'm just following Jamie's instructions here. So CMV is the number generated for Carlos Maravilla, 321. So I'm going to do that again because 3's already been taken. 6. So Carlos Maravilla gets 6. The next player is Chris. Let's just check what Jamie said. Just when one comes out, this way you're doing it. So you're saying, so this is the actual draw now, you're saying. So you got, this will be 1v5, 2v6, 3v7, 4v8, and then you say 1v9. Let me just, I'll just carry on with the number generator thing because so the next player on the number generator is Chris Stedman. So this is Chris Stedman's number. He gets number 1. Next one is Jamie Anderson. 3, 2, 1. Pressing go. 5. Next one is Mike Mora. So this is for Mike Mora. 3, 2, 1. 7. On the pre he gets 5, but 5's been taken. Three taken. Try it again. 8 has been taken. Yeah, 8 has been taken. Taken. Try it again. 4 has 4 been taken. No, 4 has not been taken. So Preben gets 4. You just so it's number 2. Stevens. So okay, so what happens now, mate? Yes, if you've done it this way, Chris will be in prelim. But you've got 1v5, then 1v9, so I understand. 2 halves. Uh, 1v9. So you Rafa has, so you know the numbers. So you tell me what the draw is. Okay, sorry. Why can't you see the screen? Fuck's sake. Can you see the screen now? Can you see the screen? Let me just check. But you should be able to see the screen now, yeah? So are you seeing the draw's been made now? Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you can see it now. But so I'm sharing it with you, Jamie. I wanted to do it. I'm sorry about this, Jamie. Just the thing is, when you're on Rabbit, you can't. When you like, I'm copying it, but it won't let me do it outside of that. So I'm just trying to work out how. What's your email address? Because I'm using a different Google here, so it's not automatic. Usually it comes up automatically, or okay, whatever. I can't think. So 1v9. So that's. But the thing is, Jamie, you said one. You sort of created 1v9. Oh yeah, sorry, that's right. Yeah, so that's Chris. Chris V9. So that's Rafa. Well, that's round one. And the winner will play. So it's one. Five. Okay. Right. So 1v 2v7. To PSV. 2v7, 2v6. Six is CMV. Three V, 2v6, 1v5. Three v7. Christian. The Mike. And 4v8. Which is okay. So that is the draw then, yeah? So it's Chris Stedman versus RFE in round one. Christian's there. Just seeing what you're saying, Christian. Yeah, so Christian, Jamie, does that look right? That in terms of the draw? I think you've got the YouTube open then, haven't you, Christian? Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's the draw then for the English Open. So it's Chris Stedman or Rafa Elhagen versus Jamie Anderson. Peter Stevens versus Carlos Maravilla. Christian Eisenhut versus Mike Mora. And Preben Sund versus Alan Lockett. That's the draw then. Christian's saying that's right. Let me just check what Jamie says. Then it works in two halves. One person from top half will be in the final and one player from the bottom. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jamie. Are you saying that tells you who plays who in the semis as well? I think we should have I don't know, I mean, it seems a bit all haphazard the way this has turned out, but you know, I appreciate where you've done it. So I mean, the thing is, for this tour, we decided that there'll be a draw. So for the time being, because haphazard the way we had to do it, which is for not just working that out. Because I didn't is to play, and I only just saw there were 9 players just now. I went into it, so that we have a random draw once the semi-final, once we have the final 4 players, because we didn't decide that before we made the draw. No, I think we're going to redraw it. We're going to do a redraw because we didn't decide that at the beginning. And I did say for the players' tour, it will be a random draw each round. So I think it's best to do that rather than just decide on the cuff, because I wasn't aware of that. So, okay, so that's the draw then. Yeah, Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks a lot, Jamie. Appreciate that, and Christian and that. So the draw then is there, and I'll type that onto Facebook. I'll confirm that in a minute. Chris Stedman or Rafa Elhagen versus Jamie Anderson, Peter Stevens versus Carlos Maravilla, Christian Eisenhut versus Mike Mora, and Preben's son versus Alan Lockett. And then there'll be a random draw for the semi-final. Okay, that's the end of the draw for the English Open. Thanks for watching. Sorry it was a bit exacerbated in the way we had to do that. Thanks to Jamie for being there and helping, and to a degree Christian as well. Thank you. That's the end of the stream. I'm going to log out now, and then I'm just going to confirm the draw on the group. And good luck to all players. All matches are first to 4, including the semi-final, including the final. Thank you very much.